Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Tuesday, August the 11th. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. TRO Trading Boot Camp Part 2. Okay, listen up. Don't ask about EAs in here. If you do, I'm going to kick you out. You're here to learn to trade. You don't learn how to trade if you're running an EA. That's just nonsensical. So just knock it off. Okay. Seems like a lot of you like the idea of trading boot camp. You know, if I was in the room, I'd have a 2x4 in my hand. If you did something dumb, something idiotic, something stupid, something you're not supposed to do, or something you failed to do, I'd just whack you upside the head with the 2x4. Nah, I really wouldn't have a 2x4. Might be a 1x1. 2x4, I might knock you out. I wouldn't want to do that. Point is, don't do stupid things, okay? Now, today, it's all about execution. That guy that wants the EA, don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy. The thing about execution is you have to do it. You know, if you want to learn how to swim, you're going to get wet. So, you need to pull up the sweet spot goal indicator. You don't need any other indicator really, but the sweet spot's gold. And you get on the H1 chart. And what do you think you do? You should know it by now. The bar is, or candle is red. When it hits the line, you go short. You don't think about it. You don't hesitate. You enter the trade. And your goal is to get a pip or more. You get that pip, or 2 or 3, you just exit the trade. Just take it. You need to learn how to execute. You know, if the bar is green at the line and it goes up 1, 2, 3 pips and stops, you take it. You need to learn how to execute. You need to learn to pull the trigger. You need to get out of your own way. You need to trade. It's that simple. You don't have a whole bunch of different things telling you, oh, well, if this lines up with that, and you've got this divergence, and you've got this vortex, and you've got this, you know, butterfly, and you've got this Gartley, and you got, no, we're not doing that nonsense. Price at the line, go long or short, depending on the candle color. And you don't wait for the second line. No, you take the first. And with the sweet spots gold that I modified to show the Walmart lines, so for this hour, it opened between these two lines. And you take the trade. And if I had started this video, about an hour ago, maybe we could have captured one of those. But we still got about 10 minutes left, and this bar is going to end in 4. So we'll be able to do it. And look, just set it here. Do a dime a pip, okay? You don't have to set it to $10 a pip or $100 a pip. You just need to practice. You need to have some skin in the game, and you need to trade. And like I said, you don't need any of the other indicators. You don't need the buttons because you're not changing pairs for time frames. So you don't need those. You don't need the 3-level ZZ because we're not really worrying about that. We'll do odds enhancers maybe later, but for boot camp, no. You don't need it. And this is it. You are now going to be in the game. No more sitting on the sidelines. No more just talking about it. This is trading. And the thing is, if you think you need some indicator, you put it, if I see a squiggly line on your chart, that 2x4 is coming out. You don't need it. You know, if you come to boot camp, it's probably because You haven't been successful. So since you haven't been successful, you've got to leave all those unsuccessful things behind. Don't bring them in to the boot camp. It is amazing how many people will pull up one of my methods and throw a squiggly line on it. Why? The statistics are already in your favor. All you have to do is execute, take the trade, take when the trigger appears. There's no thought involved, because if you think it, you're either going to hesitate and miss the perfect entry, and if you miss by a pip, that might be the difference between a losing trade and a winning trade. Because sometimes a pip might be all you get. And there's no reason to let that winning trade of 1 pip turn into a losing trade of 10, especially if 10 is your daily goal. That's something that I'm going to have to beat into your brain. That we're not looking for 50 pips a day. Even though you can get that on a 1 trade sometimes. I mean, like right here, there's 10, 20, 30. Well, there's 40 on 1 trade. But we don't often look for those Megillah trades. When they come, we might take them. But that's not what we're looking for on a daily basis. No, you're looking to put meat on the table, pay your bills. Then you got to have realistic goals. Can you make 10 pips a day? Yes, you can. 10 pips a day, $10 a pip, 100. 10 pips a day, $50 a pip, 500. I don't know what you need to make per day, but you need to figure that out. And that's what you work towards. And then when you do it, you just do it steady. It's a job. It's work. And here we go. We've got the open of a new candle. So we're going to be long at 80 and short at 70. We're not going to think about it. If it goes against us, we have our stop in place. We can use the wall method when it comes to moving the stop. Is 10-5-1. Even though I tease him, it's really 9-5-1 because sometimes he'll get the 9 pips and move it up to 5. I know what you do out there, Wall, but that's okay. You can always adjust to take more profit. You don't want to adjust to have a bigger stop loss. So if we get to +3, we move the stop to -3. Technically, if I get to +3 and it starts to slip back against me, I'm going to be out somewhere between 0 and 1 pip. Maybe half a, take 5 points, half a pip or something. Why let it go against you? Because if you think about it, if you go from +3 to -3, it's just moved against you 6 pips. Might as well scratch the trade and wait for a better one to come along. Besides, if you have 3 pips, you do that 3 times a day, that's 9 pips. And your goal's 10. So you have to start thinking in terms of math and what it means. You need 10 and you got 3. That's almost a third of the way there, right? You need 10 and you got 5. That's halfway there. Especially when you realize that anytime you win, it's luck. The market moved in your favor. You think the market's going to move in your favor each and every time? Better think again. And you see here, we're waiting. This could be one of those hours that we don't have much movement. This could be one of these hours where it actually stays between the lines. That happens. But we are still in the New York session here. Actually, let's see. It's 9 o'clock here. It's 12 o'clock there. We're at lunchtime session. So we might not get much movement here. And that's okay, because part of trading is sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for your trigger. And that's what you do, is you wait. And while you're waiting, you don't open up another window on your computer, because then you're going to wind up missing the trade. You don't read the newspaper or read Facebook or play on Twitter or any of those other social medias. No, you're focused, laser focused on price. And the thing about this trade is you already know when price opened. You don't need to look at the chart anymore. All you need to do is look at right here. Oh, and if you hit the Alt T key, it goes away. Alt T, it comes back. Or you have the one-click trading. If you right-click on the chart, that comes up. But right now, it's all about price, because that's all trading is. It's all about price. So if this hits 80, you go long. If this hits 70, you go short. Now, the thing is, we're at the psychological 75, but we're not trading that at the moment. Normally, I might trade that 75, but we're in boot camp. We're focused. We have a real simple set of entry criteria. Is the candle green? Yes. Is it at 80? Yes. What do? You go long. That's it. Very simple. Is the candle red? Yes. Is it at 70? Yes. What do? You go short. Simple, simple, simple. You're not looking for, well, if the stochastics is crossing the line and the MACD is showing divergence and it's, within 17 pips of the VWAP and the EMA is showing it. No, we're not doing any of that. None of it. None of it. This is simple. But many traders are suckered away from the simple and to the complex. Why? Well, think about it. You start trading and you start losing. You blow up a couple accounts. And all of a sudden, here's some guy coming out with this fancy, slick, super long email, marketing letter, and it might even have a video you can click on. And oh, is it seductive how this EA makes these pips, and it puts an arrow on the chart where you go long or arrow where you go short, and you see how you can make these miraculous profits. But then you have to wonder, if that EA is so great, why is he selling it for 37 bucks? Oh, you gotta wonder, why is he selling it for 37 bucks? And somebody go, well, TheRumpledOne, you sell your indicators for $50 every. It's like, no. Number one, I don't sell indicators. Number two, it's a donation. It's not a sale. Okay? Totally different. Fact of the matter is, the indicators that other people put out there that I've modified, and some of my indicators like TRO rat zone, TRO buy zone, the TRO HL5, they're free. You can download them for free. I don't want to sell you anything. Oh, by the way, the only thing I do sell are Drain the Bank's t-shirts. But no, I can't ship to Europe because that's export, and I don't want to deal with all that nonsense. So sorry, can't do that right now. It's got nothing to do with COVID because somebody asked. So far we haven't gotten this trade, but if you're watching this video, the next hour comes up, I want you to take the trade per the sweet spot Walmart lines. Okay? So that's it for boot camp today. I just want you to remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the banks. This is trading, no fooling around. Okay? It's time for you guys to knock it off and get with the program. Okay, TheRumpledOne signing out.